Hello, I am Mason Kramer. I have been showing for 11 years and I breed market rabbits.
I'm Cynthia Bainey, and I'm a first-year 4-H shower. And what do I need before I get my rabbits?
Normally you just need a simple 24 by 24 inch cage, which you can get from almost anywhere, almost any feed store. And you need a normal water bottle. Normally they say rabbit water bottle on them. And then there's two different types of feeders you can get. You can get a metal one that you kind of mount on the outside, but it's not good for taking to shows because there's not really good spots to mount them. But these ones you can mount almost everywhere with this clip on the back.
So when I get my rabbits, how many do I need and what do I feed them?
When you get your rabbits, you normally want a pen of 4 from the buyer so that if any of them don't match, you have an extra one that you can put in with your normal 3 that you'll show. And the feed you want to feed doesn't matter so much as long as it is rabbit feed, and you can consult with your buyer about what feed you could feed. But make sure you get transition food from your buyer.
What's transition food?
Transition food is they'll give you a little bit of whatever grain they feed, so then you can mix in a little bit of yours, so it's a little bit of both, and that'll make their stomachs feel better. So
Mason, how much feed am I gonna need?
A 40 to 50 pound bag of feed will get you through your project. What I feed has 16% protein, and make sure you get one that is a complete rabbit feed. And it doesn't necessarily matter what brand you use, just that it's complete and it has good protein. And most of them do say crude protein instead of just straight protein.
Okay, I have all my things for my rabbits, but how do I pick which ones I need?
The thing that you are most concerned about is uniformity. Mostly in color and in size. The sex of the rabbit does not matter at all. But these ones are mostly the same size, and they are all the same color. Unlike the broken one that is over here, those ones are hard to get to find matches to.
So I can't get 3 rabbits that are different colors?
No, because you want them to be as uniform as you can possibly get. You want them to be all basically the same rabbit. And if they're different colors, that does not make them all the same rabbit. And in the rule books, they must be as uniform as you can get. And that's
so what kind of breed am I looking for?
These are white New Zealands. Normally there's only New Zealands and Californians. And New Zealand's come in a whole bunch of different colors, but you just want the same color. Doesn't matter what color, but the same color.
So what kind of colors do they come in?
New Zealand's come in all different colors, whether it's blue, white, broken, any colors, but that's a broken red. But you don't want those because you want them to be uniform. This is a normal red. And Californians only come in one color, which is white, and they have black noses, ears, and feet. Most judges do like the white rabbits because their fur is just a little bit better. They just like it better.
But these ones are so cute. Why can't I get these ones?
These ones, as much as they look, well, not look, they feel the same, and they're even out of the same litter. They do not look the same. They're all different colors, and you will get disqualified.
So does it matter how old they are or how big they have to be?
Normally I sell them around 6 weeks, and the minimum weight for fair is 4 to 6.5 pounds, and they need to be less than 85 days, but check your local fair because they change per fair. Normally around the 6 week mark, they are 3.5 pounds.
So now that I have all my rabbits, what do I do now?
Your rabbit breeder will only give you about this much grain, and mostly feed them this, but then slowly incorporate your grain by mixing it together, and keep food in front of them all day until this is gone, and feed them either alfalfa or Timothy hay once a day. And any feed store will sell small bags of that hay instead of you having to buy a whole big bale, which you do not need that much.
So can I feed them as much as they want all the time?
I would keep grain in front of them, whatever they want to eat, until you're through that bag of transition grain. Then I would slow them down a little bit and weigh them at least once a week. If you feel like they're either gained too much or too little, you can weigh them more. Any sort of kitchen scale would work great for weighing the rabbits. They should about gain a tenth of a pound per day. And if you have any concerns about their weight or how much you're feeding, you can talk to your leader or breeder.
So can I feed them treats?
Yes, I would recommend that you wait at least 1 week after you get them to start feeding them treats. And feed them treats once a week at the most. And whether that's carrots, sunflower seeds, or parsley. And you only want to feed them once a week because you want them to eat their grain instead of just treats.
So what should I do to get my rabbits ready?
Just handling them at least for 5 minutes a day, more if you can, or one. Just holding them, petting them, letting them run out in the grass. Just getting them used to you and you used to them.
So how do I get them out of the cage?
You open the cage, you grab them, just like that. You make sure their toes don't get caught on the outside of the cage, anywhere in here. Then you support all their limbs, and that's how you get them out. When you're generally transporting a rabbit, most of the time you want to tuck the nose in the armpit so that their eyes are covered, so that they don't jump out, and they just are a lot more calm when they're like that. Yeah, to just put in your armpit. Yeah.
So my rabbits are all ready now. How do I show them?
So there's 2 different shows. If you're just doing market rabbits, there's showmanship and the actual market rabbit show. For showmanship, you only take 1 rabbit up, and there's a separate video on how to do showmanship that is on this channel that you can watch. But for market show, you'll have the 3 rabbits that you declared as your pen all at once on the table. Hopefully they'll sit just like this, and they're fine like this for the whole show. The judge will take your mat, and they'll examine them. They'll do whatever they want to them. And then they'll give your rabbits back.
Okay, so what else do I need to know?
You'll need a show mat, so you can show them on the table. This is what the judge will... You'll keep your rabbits on this. They'll take this from you when they're judging your market rabbits. You can always use this to get them used to you too, to get them used to this also. With waters, you should replace the water every day. Fresh water is never bad. And during the summer when it gets hot, you can get cold water and put it in here. And you can also freeze a Gatorade bottle full of water. And I recommend the Gatorade one instead of a normal one because they're thicker and they won't chew through them as easily. Because they do chew on them. And freeze it, and then you can put the ice cold, it's frozen, right into their cage. You will need a mat for your cage. I prefer these rubber ones because they're easier to clean and you can put more treats on them. Compared to these plastic ones, the mats are meant to give them a rest from the wire, and these are almost like wire. There's holes in them. It's still wire-like. And you can't feed as many treats on them, and they're harder to clean.
So what if I get home and I have more questions?
You can always ask your advisor or your breeder, and just make sure to have them. Thank you.